Let me introduce Zyka, our Doberman, and tell you a story about how she became fully paralysed from the neck down. We do dog boarding and we board big breeds. And unfortunately, we had a bad incident. It was in November. We had a Rottweiler come in who unfortunately attacked her. So it was an emergency job to the vets. You might want to pause this and have a look at the MRI. You can see at the top there where the disc was bulging and it was C5 to C6 in her neck, which is roughly about 2/3 of the way down. From there all the way down she was paralysed, so she had to have spinal surgery. Within the first few days we done countless hours of physiotherapy with her at home, flexing her legs, squeezing her toes, trying to stimulate sensation and movement, because initially she could only move her head. Everything from the neck down was paralysed. This was her by day 2. She got into the point where she could actually move. Now, we didn't think this was going to happen. To say we were over the moon is a major understatement. She couldn't stand. She had no coordination with her legs or nothing like that. Her tail couldn't wag. But she could move, and that gave us major hope. We had her harness on at the front to help support the front end, and a belly strap to help lift up her back end, because she could not hold her own weight up at all. I was taking full weight of her here, and Michael does the same in other videos. The harness on the front was our own. The belly strap was off our Rottweiler, who years prior also had spinal surgery. Now, we phoned the vet halfway through week 1, as she was supposed to be on permanent cage rest other than toilet and physio. But when she was out and about, she was pulling and she was wanting to run. So we rang them and said, are we okay to let her do this, or are we going to cause more harm? And he said, no, rest, definitely. We spoke to another one who said, yes, let her run. So we didn't have a clue. Towards the end of week 2, we had her in at the vets for a checkup. Now, that checkup was purely to see how the surgical site was healing and if the pain meds were doing their job. And she pulled us into the vet room. She loves going to the vets. And the surgeon was absolutely gobsmacked. He said to us that he never actually thought she would walk again, which was a shock to hear 2 weeks on, because she was up and about. Now, our lovely neighbours have a big, soft indoor arena, and they allowed us to use it as much as we wanted for her rehab, which was ideal, because it meant if she did fall, it was a soft landing compared to, out on the pavements in the garden and the grass and stuff like that. We tried various different boots on her to give her some grip and strength, because all she wanted to do was run and chase Bailey and chase him chasing the ball. She was determined, absolutely determined. And we laughed and joked that said no other dog in the house was allowed to be boss. And this was why she got herself back up and moving about.
Oh no, it's exciting. You're running.
All right, just walk. Just walk.
This was the first time we we let go of the harness in the front and allowed her to move herself around. We did give her some support on the back still, because every now and then she would lose her back end. And we knew it was going to be awkward to watch at times, because she's going to face plant. We knew she was going to go down. Her coordination was so off. But she was happy. Her tail was never stopped wagging. She was determined. She was loving life. To her, there was no difference. These were some different boots that we put on her. These ones were definitely better because they give her a lot more traction. But as you can see, she was still knuckling under. So this is about week 3, maybe going into week 4. Which was just incredible. Like I say, the fact that she was never ever supposed to walk again. And here she was starting to build some level of coordination. Never mind moving. So watch her and Bailey have some play out in the arena. And she's so happy. She is so happy, and that was our priority. We did say if she couldn't move, it wouldn't be what we would want for her because she's a lively dog. But here we go without any support. Enjoy. And to think this is her just 4 weeks after surgery. The comeback was just outstanding. Even the surgeon couldn't get over it. Bailey was with her the entire time. He never left her side, bless him. And this is her now. Like it never happened. She is a 9-year-old and probably does anywhere up to 15 to 20 mile a day in the field. I will give you plenty more videos on Zyka because she is a walking vet, Bill. She absolutely loves the vets. So yeah, plenty more to come.